everybody, and thank you very much for being with us today to celebrate International Women's Day. Very grateful to Ms Usha Anand Subramaniam for coming here from Delhi, and thank you both, Sheelatai and Ketna, for being here. It's our honor to have you here with us today. Moneylife Foundation's logo, if you would notice, is a lighthouse. It symbolizes showing people the right path. On this day each year, we have the honor of felicitating some wonderful women activists who have shown people the right path or direction in diverse fields. This year, we felicitate two extraordinary activists. Both have shown incredible courage to overcome major setbacks in their personal life and have converted their own experience into a mission to help others cope with similar situations. The grit and determination that they have shown goes beyond mere courage to cope with the tough hand that life has dealt them. And we at Moneylife have so much to learn from both these ladies who are with us today. It is indeed our honor and our privilege to have them here. Let me start by first introducing you to Sheelatai Chitnis, the ever-smiling, ever-helpful head of Multiple Sclerosis Society of India. But first, I think this video will say much more than I can say at all.
Approximately 2.5 million people across the globe suffer from multiple sclerosis.
Multiple sclerosis is basically a disease of the central nervous system that affects young adults in the prime of their lives. It is extremely shattering and debilitating. But I think when you know that you're not the only one in the world, you gain great courage from it. And that's where I think the Multiple Sclerosis Society of India has been doing commendable work, one in bringing about awareness and second in uniting all these multiple sclerosis persons.
Officially established on July 26, 1985, the Multiple Sclerosis Society of India was the first relief center for MS patients. A founder member and honorary joint secretary of the Multiple Sclerosis Society of India, Mrs Ms Chitnis, shares her invaluable experiences with us about the formation of the MSSI.
I went to Dr. Wadia. He said, okay, there is just now Mr. Tobaccowala of Voltas has started some society. You should contact Mrs. Rehmat Fazalbhoy, who is the social worker, and probably she will help you. This is how we started with three. My husband as first patient, Kausi Randeria, second one, and one Mr. Rusi Patel was third one.
The Multiple Sclerosis Society is unique because of its hard-working and dedicated members. These volunteers not only provide the administrative support, the MSSI conducts free counseling for the patients and their families by visiting their homes. They also send physiotherapists home to MS patients at an affordable rate. One of the main events on their social calendar that every patient looks forward to is the annual MS Walk, held at the Mahalakshmi Racecourse in Mumbai. Celebrities such as Milind Soman and Shilpa Saklani take time out of their busy schedules to attend this function and interact with the patients. The society also conducts medical camps which are of a more informative nature. International speakers come and attend these camps, providing a global perspective on multiple sclerosis. In today's fast-paced world, where we equate time with money, these patients equate time with love. A deserted element of human life, social responsibility gets addressed. It is our social responsibility and duty to help those who are less fortunate.
Now a little more about Sheelatai. She started as a founding member and Honorary Secretary of MSSI nearly 29 years ago with the help of the late Ms Rehmat Fazalbhoy and Mr A.H. Tobaccowala, as you saw in the video. I'm so delighted that Rehmat's husband, Mr Sultan Fazalbhoy, is here with us today. He's a wonderful well-wisher of Moneylife as well, and he's really gone out of his way to be here. Along with him is Mr Nagesh Kini, who used to audit MSSI really long time ago. So the reason for mentioning is that this lovely support group that she's created around her, and they're here today, and that makes us really delighted. So many of you who are also part of MSSI are here. As you saw in the video, Sheelatai's first connect with multiple sclerosis was when her husband Mukund Chitnis was struck by MS. Mr. Fazalbhoy tells us how she used to be a stressed young thing, he calls it, 29 years ago when she first met them. Now she is the very, very confident lady who's encouraging and providing support to everybody. She's played a pioneering role in creating awareness about MS and in helping patients and families cope with the stressful and debilitating disorder, not to mention the financial burden that it puts on people. She has a wonderful team of volunteers, co-workers, and of course she has this amazing ability to tie so many celebrities into it. So there are a whole lot of them one keeps meeting from time to time who are supporting the cause of MS. Sheelatai started as a joint honorary secretary and honorary treasurer of MSSI. She is the chairperson of MSSI Mumbai and its national vice president. She is also the CEO India for Multiple Sclerosis International Federation. Sheelatai has introduced many innovative projects in patient care and has continuously strived to raise awareness about this disorder of the central nervous system. The big effort, as you saw, is to help MS patients and their families to try and live as normal a life as possible, especially in those periods when they actually live a normal life and there is no problem. But unfortunately, nobody still seems to know why this disorder affects some people. It's not hereditary, it's not contagious, and there is still a lot that is not known about it. During her 29 years at MSSI, Sheelatai has been able to establish chapters in all Indian metros. Her work has been acclaimed by the medical fraternity, and she's been invited to present papers on MSSI's work at national and international seminars. Let's give Sheelatai a big hand, and may I request my colleague Sheetal to greet her with a bouquet of flowers. And now I would like Ms. Usha Anand Subramaniam to please felicitate Ms. Sheelatai Chitnis with a plaque. Sheelatai, may I request you to say a few words, please?
Namaskar friends. Today I feel exceptionally good to be a woman, and it is an honor to be among such a distinguished gathering. I sincerely thank Moneylife Foundation, especially the trustees Sucheta Dalal and Devashish Basu for choosing me to be felicitated with this prestigious award. I am very happy and grateful to them. Now, let me add that getting this award contains memories of journey of MSSI through the past 30 years. 84 we started meeting, though 85 it was registered with the Charity Commissioner. It gave me a great satisfaction to serve many distressed MS patients and their families and to create a strong support system for them at various metro cities. It also gave me a unique opportunity to interact with distinguished dignitaries at national and global platforms and to learn different methods of tackling MS problems. My husband Mukund was the first MS patient with whom the society was established by the support from late Mr. A.H. Tobaccowala, Managing Director of Voltas International, and late Mrs. Rehmat Fazalbhoy, now you have heard about her, a renowned social worker in the blind field. Because of her, she was my guru and she taught me whatever I have been today. If Mukund was not struck with MS, I would have been an ordinary housewife just like so many others. But soon after our marriage, he started suffering with this mysterious disease which could not be diagnosed for a long time. Due to this, while facing umpteen challenges of MS, I was transformed from a housewife to a bread earner. It was a tough journey, and I am deeply grateful to my family whose constant support and help made me look forward in life, especially my young son when he was only 10 years old, how much he has done for his father, and with his support I could tackle all those problems. I wanted to minimize the problems of other MS families which I had faced earlier, and thus based on this strategy, I started introducing various welfare projects as the society started growing. I also would like to thank all who have touched my life in my association with MSSI, especially my MSSI team. Most of them are here today, for their dedication and help, and my numerous MS friends. So many of them have made the effort to come here. I am so glad about that. It is my hope today, as citizens with a sense of compassion and generosity, we can do a lot for those who are in need and to improve the quality of their life. We can fill up their lives with the promise of better tomorrow. I do humbly pray that soon we find a cure for MS and have disabled-friendly India. Thank you very much.
Of you to take this message forward and help create awareness, because every time we meet people, they have no idea what it means, and there is a lot more that she says. It's a small talk that she gave you and very little that we told you, but what happens to MS patients in the workplace, the kind of support they need, it'll be wonderful if you join and help and volunteer with what they do. It's now my privilege to introduce another powerhouse of a person, Dr. Ketna Mehta. Gritty, courageous, and amazing are words that seem inadequate to describe Ketna Mehta. She, along with her brother Dhaval, who is here today, set up Nina Foundation 13 years ago to work for the rehabilitation of economically and socially disadvantaged people with spinal injury. But again, a small video is going to say a lot more than I can in words.
Hi, I'm Ketna Mehta. I have a spinal injury which happened because of a paragliding accident. Because of the crash landing, I discovered a new word, paraplegia. We lose our sensation and the power to move. I was extremely fortunate to have a wonderful team of doctors who came to my rescue at the right time with the right kind of rehabilitation. I was fortunate because I had my own consultancy, I had doctors in my house, my family was extremely supportive. Currently, I am, because of my education, I am placed quite well with a well-known management institute in Mumbai as an editor and associate dean research. Nina Foundation has been set up in the memory of her sister, Dr. Nina Doshi. It is specifically for the rehabilitation of people with spinal injury. And it's 10 years old, the foundation.
I think we should go behind.
The focus is that across all the 5 levels of rehabilitation, whether it is physical, psychological, vocational, social, recreational or spiritual, all together we imbibe this hope and optimism in all our members and give them the spirit to carry on with their lives. I think somewhere or the other Nina Foundation has played a role to make everyone realize that life doesn't stop because of spinal injury and there is so much more to life.
Life doesn't have to get stuck because of spinal injury. But you know how tough it is to come back. Dr. Ketna Mehta is a multifaceted personality, and you have to see and hear where she's come back from. She's an educationist, editor, author, speaker, mentor, and a consultant. A university topper in 1989, she's an MBA from the prestigious Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. When life dealt her a blow in this hang gliding accident, as she said, it was her sister, Dr. Nina, who helped and encouraged her to overcome this trauma. But 5 years later, as fate would have it, she lost her sister. And that's when Ketna and Dhaval decided to set up the foundation in Nina's memory. And she's so determined that what her sister did for her is carried forward to everybody else who has suffered from spinal injury. And they've really come across, they cover such a diverse spectrum, as you saw in the video. I think it's remarkable that all this has happened in just about 13 years. Dr. Mehta has been associated with several management institutes as a professor and a guide for B School students over the past 24 years. She's the editor and associate dean of research at WEV School, which is a Velankar school in Mumbai, since 2003. She received the NCPDP Shell Helen Keller Award in 2002 and a PhD thesis titled Market Potential Study for a World-Class Spinal Injury Rehabilitation Center in Mumbai won a Rotary International Award. These are just two of the many recognitions she has received for her work. Her views, opinions, interviews, and articles have appeared in several mainline and online journals and newspapers. Dr. Mehta has been invited as an expert on the Government of India task forces on educational development for people with disabilities, as well as vocational education and skills development for people with disabilities. Since the year 2000, she edits One World, the first newsletter on spinal injury in India. She is the author of Nano Thoughts on Management and has over 50 research papers to her credit, with special emphasis on disability. Her paper titled Realizing Time Management from Mumbai Dabbawalas was selected by Laureate Education of the US as course material for their online university program. I now request my colleague Akshata to greet Dr. Mehta with a bouquet of flowers. It is now my honor to ask Ms. Usha Anantsubramaniam once again to felicitate Dr. Ketna Mehta. May I ask you to say a few words?
Good evening to everyone and happy Women's Day. Thank you so much, Sucheta, for the lovely introduction and the especially made video. The objective of Nina Foundation is to give a sense of purpose and hope, to give a sense of empowerment, and to get back to our lives. All that which my dear sister Nina gave me, through this foundation we are transmitting to many, many more friends with spine injury. This is a very, very happy occasion to receive an award, because this is the first award, Sucheta, which Nina Foundation is receiving from a non-disability organization. And I must congratulate you and your team, because the efforts that we at Nina Foundation are making to mainstream the awareness about spine injury. We have initiated and instituted a Spine Injury Day on 25th of June, incidentally, which is Nina's death anniversary, but we have converted it into a day of hope. And we would like to share this hope to more and more people. And today you have made us come out of our own area, our own sphere, and we are kind of mainstreaming spine injury and making it, available, the awareness available to more people through your Moneylife Foundation too. So thank you on that count. Also, I would like to mention that power of women, the potential of women, that also is endorsed through this award. And we would like to thank you for that on behalf of the entire Nina Foundation team. I would like to just narrate a small incident. A young boy of 22 years, Zaid Qureshi, came with his parents for a counseling session to me. And peer counseling helps a lot, because when a doctor speaks to a person who has met with an injury, it is from up there to here. But when a person who has experienced spine injury and talks to the person, there is a level of reality and understanding. And he was innocently eating a sandwich under a tree near Sterling Cinema, and a tree branch fell on him and he became a paraplegic. He was just 22 years old and he was engaged. His fiancée left him, and his mom, crying, mentioned to me, saying that वो दिन भर सिर्फ पुराने गीत सुनता है और हंसता नहीं है, बाहर नहीं जाता, and all that. And of course I conducted my counseling. I tried to bring him out. His dad was in tears, but at the end of that counseling session, his mom told him that, look at Ketna, she is a woman and she is able to not only teach at a management institute, but also run an organization which helps others, and tu to mard hai. That's the first time I realized that I was a woman and conducting this NGO and all these things. But till then I never realized that, I mean, I knew I'm a woman, but I never realized that, you know, as a woman, because I so openly talk to patients, whether they are males or females, because our objective is to get them out of this thing. And the third reason is that for 13 years, ours is a very young organization, ma'am, compared to MSSI. We're just 13 years old, but this proves that age is just a number and what matters is impact. And for 19 years, me and my doctors have been searching for a place to set up a world-class rehab center in this financial city called Mumbai. I did my PhD thesis in this area, and just this week, on 5th of March, thanks to All India Women's Conference, we have a place and we have a community hall, and we are running a free OPD for poor patients, less privileged patients, with a world-class team of doctors. Because we believe at Nina Foundation, you know, we have this attitude of doing charity. Just because it is charity does not mean that, you know, we treat others differently. And we want to help as many people as possible, because WHO has called spinal injury as the most devastating disability in this world. And in India, still the awareness is not there. From the bottom of my heart, on behalf of each and every one of us at Nina Foundation, thank you so much, Moneylife Foundation, for this honor. Thanks to my family, relatives, friends, committed and dedicated band of Nina Foundation volunteers, all the institutions and individuals who have decided to walk with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ketna. We feel really humbled even to hear what you have to say, because I think what both of you, Sheelatai and you, have done is so much miles ahead of what we do. We tell people how to keep their savings safe, you know. It seems like such a tiny thing as compared to what you do, which is to get people's lives back on track. So don't thank us. We feel very embarrassed to hear thanks from people like you and Sheelatai. And really the amount of work you've done, you've been there for 13 years, she's doing it 30 years, and we are just such a tiny organization. But I'm quite struck by what you say about, you know, all the awards being within the community. So I think we at Moneylife Foundation pledge to you anything that we can do. If you think we are mainstream, and I'd like to think that everybody who's a member of Moneylife Foundation, we have 28,000, are all concerned and caring citizens. Please don't ever hesitate to tell us, we want this, and we will do it to the best of our ability. That's a promise. I now have a small little interlude Mr. Sultan Fazalbhoy is here. He's 90, right, Mr. Fazalbhoy? And I'm just so touched that he has made the effort to come here. And he told me, I have a poem to recite. So I'm going to ask him to do that.
To all the luminaries on the main table, to Mrs. Suchita Dalal, the main trustee of Moneylife Foundation, and all my many friends here, known and unknown. I'm here by proxy because a lot of words, kind words have been said about my wife, Rehmat, who was instrumental in teaching me many lessons in life and the idea of compassion through her good work. I have brought with me a poem which he wrote many years ago to express a philosophy about being a woman. I thought it would be appropriate to read these 4 verses to you, which will just take a couple of minutes. The poem is entitled Mirror, Mirror, and begins with this phrase: Mirror, mirror on the wall, what is the meaning of this all? Isn't there something more to life than to be just a loving wife? I've got a body and a soul. I've got a mind and I've got a goal. I want to learn, I want to teach. I want to earn, I want to reach. I want to fly from my cocoon, put my footsteps on the moon. I'm not angry or rebellious, but there's something strong and compelling. I can give the world so much with my special female touch.